Good morning, everyone. I hope I am audible. Please type in yes on the chat window if I am audible. Just want to make sure that the audio is fine before I start. Good morning, Hardik. Others, please type in yes if I am audible. Good morning. Today we have three sessions for Magic Sunday. First one would be how to build a stellar profile, which will definitely help you gain some insights. So, good morning, Vamsika, Adviti, Barigela. Fine, so let us begin. I think people will keep on joining as we proceed. Second session would be by Arun Sharma sir, who will talk about the personal mastery, and then by Vinay sir. So you'll have a good learning experience today. A wonderful Sunday, in fact. So I hope now the audio is fine and fine. So when we talk about a profile, you should be clear that what does a good profile mean, right? What are the various attributes of a good profile? So first we'll talk about that. Then we'll talk about what you can do to build a good profile or a stellar profile. And in the subsequent session, maybe next time, we will talk about what all courses or extra things, specific things which you can do, because many times students have this confusion that sir, you have told us to do these many things for building a good profile, but from where should I do a certification or an internship? So all that I'll cover. It won't be possible today, but yeah, obviously in the next session I'll do that. So let us understand. So the agenda for this session is clear. You should know what is a good profile. How can you say that this is a good profile? This is a stellar profile. This is an average profile, and this is a bad profile. How can you differentiate that? We'll talk about it. Then what you can do to build a stellar profile and what you should avoid. There are certain things which you should avoid, because what I have realized is, in the pursuit to get or build a great profile, many a times students make this mistake of doing random things which disturbs the coherence of your CV or your profile. That has to be avoided, right? So, and then certain important points, facts and figures which you should keep in mind when you work on your profile, because if you do random things, it might disturb your profile. You might not have enough knowledge about it, which can eventually backfire in the interview, right? Fine. So, and the last two, three things, the myths regarding profile-based selection, if time permits, I'll talk about it in today's session. If not, in the next session, what courses and certification you should do, and what is the value of internships and jobs. And there are certain queries regarding these three areas. I'll address that as well. So the basic parameters on which a profile is judged are these seven things which come into picture. Academic profile, which is the most important thing, which is by and large static for most of you, even if you are in your graduation, second year, third year, final year. If you are in your job, then your 10th, 12th and graduation marks are freezed. You cannot do anything about it, right? So the first parameter is mostly freezed for 50-60% of the people who are working. People who are in final year or second year, there also 10th and 12th marks are freezed. Graduation marks, if you are in college, try to maximize it, because this has a very important role both at the shortlisting stage as well as at the final stage. This will come in handy. The weightage might vary. The weightage might vary depending on college, depending on the exam. For example, ZAT has low weightage. The colleges through ZAT, they have low weightage of 10th and 12th and graduation, but the colleges through CAT, will have a higher weightage, right? So 10, 12 graduation is finalized. Your work experience and internships, work ex and internships also come into picture. So anything which has around 20 months or 2 years will be considered a good work ex. 3 years is the sweet spot if you look at the IAMS criteria. At 3 years to 3.5 years, you get the maximum marks, maybe 10 on 10. For IMABC, I am talking specifically about these colleges. If you see the composite score, how they give weightage to work ex. Anything less than 12 months is like a fresher only, so not much weightage. More than 4 or 5 years, the weightage decreases. But if you have work ex, it is definitely valuable and it will be counted. Internships won't be counted in your work ex. Your work ex should be full time, paid work ex. Anything which is done for free won't be counted as a work ex. So when you show your work ex when you fill the form for the top IMs, you have to keep in mind that you should have three documents. The first being your joining letter or appointment letter. Second is your pay slips of last 3 months. And third would be if you have resigned, your leaving certificate. If you have not resigned, then experience certificate. So your documentation should be proper. The colleges will ask you for proper documentation because these days many people tend to make fake certificates which will anyways be caught when you go to the college for the interview. The interviewers are very smart. They have been doing this interview process day in, day out. So do not make a fake certificate. Avoid that. Try to be as honest, as genuine as possible, because when you are genuine, you can speak with conviction and you'll be selected on merit. In the interview of 20-25 minutes, if at any point of time your you are caught lying or giving false information, your chances of rejection will be very, very high. Nobody, be it college or a company, would accept or take in somebody who is giving false information or who is lying about, because integrity, honesty is the first hallmark of any professional. No college, no company would like to take somebody who has given false information. So please avoid that. You should only write about your work ex for which you have these documents and where actually you have worked. Internships will be valuable in your interviews. You should do internships for sure. It will be valuable in the interviews, but in the shortlisting stage, it won't be counted. Only full-time work ex, and that too after graduation. If you have worked at some place during your graduation, it won't be counted. Please type in yes if I am audible and you are able to follow me, because since the session is on YouTube, I'm not able to get the replies. Yes, I think, and you may ask your queries also, but I'll answer the queries in the end. If leaving certificate is not available, talk to your manager, Parijat. They will provide it to you. Always leave your last organization on a good note, because you never know which kind of certificates you might require later. And anyways, it is good to have good relation with your previous company, because if the next company where you go, background check will be done. So you should always exit your last company cordially. Never burn the bridges. You never know how many times you have to walk over them. So, and it is a good professional behavior also to solve things amicably, because when you leave a company, there can be certain disagreements, disputes regarding pay, regarding full and final settlement, regarding bonus, gratuity, whatever. But you have to sit with your employer, solve it amicably, even if you have to suffer a bit in the short term, think long term. One thing is for sure, if you have resigned, left a company on a good note, that company, and if you have done a good job there, that company will value it for sure. It will give you positive feedbacks to your next employers. Secondly, tomorrow or after few years, if you want to come back to this company, the doors will be open. They will definitely want to take you in because you have proven them and you also know the system. So, and we have seen this countless examples of this. People do rejoin their previous company and do wonderful jobs there, right? So, WorkX internships, CAT percentile, this is the most important aspect when it comes to a profile. The higher percentile you have, the better your profile is. It goes without saying. So, your focus on maximizing your CAT percentile should be the top priority. If you think that you can do certain certifications, certain WorkX or internships, it should be done without compromising on your CAT percentile. It should be done without hampering your preparation because a 95 percentile with a couple of certification courses, a couple of WorkX, a couple of internships is less valuable than a 99 percentile. So if you have a 99 percentile and none of these, it's still fine rather than having a certain certification done but your percentile is dropped. So you have to ensure that your percentile does not drop at any cost. Try to maximize it, and then when you have some time, you will obviously have time because CAT is not something which requires 10, 12, 14 hours of preparation per day. 4 to 5 hours per day, 5 to 6 days a week is good enough. So you will definitely have time, and you should make out time for doing these courses and certification courses and internships. But the CAT percentile should be the top priority. Your GDPI VAT performance, definitely that comes into picture. Gender diversity, academic diversity, and category. So gender diversity, male, female. Obviously, female students get advantage in many colleges, and you should definitely take advantage of it because each of the top B school, they want gender diversity. They want people from various backgrounds to ensure that the peer-to-peer learning is of top-notch quality, and that will happen only when there is a diverse group. Academic diversity, the same reason. They want the same reason why non-engineers get extra points. And category, as laid by the government of India, this is also considered. Extracurriculars, co-curriculars, and achievements. So if you have these, well and good. If you don't have, whatever you are, if you are in college, try to participate in as many extracurricular activities as possible. Co-curriculars, there's a confusion between among students' mind what is co-curricular and what is extracurricular. So co-curricular is what you do in your college, in your school. The school facilitate that. So any quizzes, any debate competition, any sports you take up in school or college, that is co-curricular. Extracurricular is something which you have taken initiative, which is outside the college, outside the school. Any theater work you do, if you participate at district level, state level in sports, okay, or any hobby classes, or anything which you do out of interest, you do a marketing course, so that will be extracurricular. So there's a very thin line between these two, but you should know the difference. And many times when you fill the form of the top B schools, you have to mention extracurriculars also and co-curriculars also. So obviously we'll guide you when you reach there. And achievements, whatever achievements you have had at college level, school level, or in job, that will definitely be valuable. Many people do certification courses to enhance their job profile. That will come into extracurriculars. and positions of responsibility. So if you have had headed a club in college or an initiative by your company, and you have had a position of responsibility where you are responsible for achieving a target, achieving a goal, that also becomes a very good parameter to judge a profile. So your profile will be judged on these things, and to ensure that you have a stellar profile, the first point is by and large freezed. So if you have 888, so means 80% or 8 CGPA in 10th, 8 CGPA or 80% in 12th, and 85 in graduation. So 888 academic profile becomes stellar. If you have 95, most of you might have it. 95 in your 10th, 12th, it is very good. It's wonderful. You will get 10 on 10 in IIM Indore, Kozhikode, and all these colleges where the 10, 12 weightage is very high. I'll do a separate session where I'll talk about how much weightage each of the IIMs have on 10, 12 graduation, and at what marks, how many points you get. But for time being, you can understand that IIM Indore and Kozhikode are two colleges where your 10th and 12th is considered. They give maximum weightage to these colleges, these scores. So your first parameter is by and large freezed. You cannot do much about it to make it stellar. If it is stellar, if it is having 8 or 9 plus, it is good. If not, don't worry, you still have a lot many opportunities to create a wonderful profile by working on the other areas. CAT percentile, definitely a big opportunity here. You should, if you are starting right now also, you still have 7-8 months left, good 7-8 months left to get a 99.7, 99.8 percentile, 8 plus percentile. Why 99.7? Because if you are aiming for ABC and you are general candidate, engineer, male, you need 99.7 plus to get a call from ABC. So I'm talking about a top notch. If you get 99.7, by and large, you should get calls from most of the colleges. All the other colleges will definitely call you. But if you are starting now, aim for at least 99 plus. So CAT percentile is completely in your hand. You should definitely try your best to maximize it. That should be the first thing which you should aim for. First rank in, yes, it will, Astha, it will come in consideration. It will come under achievements. If you have got first rank in school or in 12th, you should have a certificate for it. That's important. A document proof. GDPI VAT performance, again, this is completely in your hand. You can do a wonderful, you can prepare for GDPI VAT and you can create a good mark there if you are well prepared. You will definitely have a good performance in your interviews, and that will also help you get selected. Gender diversity, academic diversity, and category, by and large, this is also freezed. You cannot do much about it. If you have an advantage in this, definitely go for it. It will come, it will become valuable, right? So extracurriculars, co-curriculars, and achievements, you definitely must have had something you have done in the past. You definitely have it. Just recall, make a master CV, start preparing a master CV from today itself. Write down whatever you have achieved at your school level, at your college level. Many times people forget their achievements, and then after you go to a B school, when the seniors help you make CV, you tend to remember, oh, I have achieved this, I did not mention. And I'll give you my example here. When I was filling the form, I had forgotten that I had achieved the governor's medal for outstanding performance in my class 10th. As Astha told, she got first rank in 12th. Mine was not first rank, but I had got an award by the governor of UP way back 2001. And somehow it slipped from my mind. I had the certificate, I had the photo, Sorry for the interruption. I think there was some network issue. I hope I'm audible now. Please type in yes. If you can hear me, I'll just need to check on the channel. Yes, I hope I'm audible now. Pranjal, audible, right? Can you hear me now? Is it fine? Please type in yes if I'm audible. Okay, perfect. So we can begin. There was some network issue. Never mind. So coming to your extracurriculars, co-curriculars, most of these things you might have achieved, you might have done, but you should recall it. So you should prepare a master CV from now onwards. I have told in my previous sessions also, you should have a register, interview register, wherein the first 2-3 pages you can just keep on writing your achievements, your participations, whatever you have done so far, point wise, and then what is to be included, what is to be not to be included. If you have a doubt, you can reach out to me. I'll share my email ID, and students of Mindworkzz have my number. So in case of any doubt, you can reach out to me. But have a comprehensive list, at least 30, 40, 50 points. What happened to me while I was preparing for my MBA should not happen to you. So for that matter, master CV is important. When my seniors told me this in college, then I realized that okay, I have done a big mistake. But anyways, it did not hamper much. But in your case, I would want that you should definitely prepare a master CV, and the interview register, as I have told you, should have various questions which come from your profile and pointers related to those questions. So answers in pointers, that should be there. Extracurriculars, co-curriculars and achievements, if you have not done so far, you have 8 months. We'll talk about it, what all you can do to enhance your profile. Positions of responsibility, if you are in your college or if you are in corporate, try to take some initiatives. Your HR must be doing certain programs. You can participate there. If you are in college, definitely you must be having certain festivals in college. There must be clubs, there must be some or the other body which must be doing certain events. So try and participate there. Try to get the position of responsibility, because position of responsibility is basically shows the panel that you have taken initiative, you have taken some responsibility and you have accomplished it. You have certain management skills, you can work in a team, you can coordinate with teammates. So that learning is very, very valuable, and the panel, the board also values it. So try to get some position of responsibility and put that on your CV. Parijat Master CV is a exhaustive CV which has everything about you. From that Master CV, you basically carve out CVs, because a CV for a B school will be different from a CV for a company. A CV for a FMCG company will be different from a CV for an automobile company. The same person can have 3, 4, 5 CVs, right? If you are looking for a marketing profile, you will put your marketing internships, marketing certification courses in your CV, not the finance ones. If you are looking for a finance job, you will put finance pointers there, right? So when you go in the college, as I have told you in my last session also, you will be doing so many things that everything cannot be put in a CV. But you have to customize your CV as per the need of the company. Right now, you will be preparing a CV for various B schools. There also certain customization will be possible. Not many points you can change, but yeah, 1 or 2 points can be changed depending on whether you are applying to SP Jain or IIM Ahmedabad or IIM Lucknow. All that will guide you later, but the master CV will come into picture because you will have to have an exhaustive list wherein you put everything so that you don't miss out when you carve out a customized CV. Astha is asking, any group competition 1 in 11 can be counted? If yes, then under which header? Yes, Astha, it will be counted. Prepare the master CV. When you fill the form, we will guide you where you have to put it. Shyam, your college is ending in May. You will appear for CAT in November. 6 months gap will not be counted much. Focus on your CAT. Yes, Nirmal, you can mention if you are part of NCC, you can mention that. So start creating a master CV. Then from that, best pointers you can put in your actual CV. Right? So these parameters, I hope this is clear so far, what all parameters constitute for a good profile. This I have already told, I'll just repeat it because it's very important. When you write the CAT exam and you are getting shortlist for various B schools, only 5 things matter. You need to be very, very clear on this. You will get a call, then only you'll convert, right? So don't rush to do too many things, because when you will get a call, the shortlisting will depend on these 5 things. In this, there is no weightage, no value of any internship or any certification course or any extracurricular activity. Your shortlisting will happen on only these 5 parameters: your 10th marks, 12th marks, graduation marks, WorkX, and CAT percentile. Why? Because 3 lakh people, 3.3 lakh people gave CAT last year. I mean, filled the form of CAT last year. 2.8 lakh people gave the exam, out of which everybody applies for Ahmedabad, right? So Ahmedabad will not have, any mechanism to check and give calls based on your achievements. All these top colleges have a formula which is called calculation of composite score. In that, it is a scientific calculator kind of a thing. In that, your 10, 12 graduation marks, your WorkX, means number of months of WorkX. Even the quality of WorkX does not come into picture. Your CAT percentile, all this will be put up, and a number will come out of after putting this. If you are above a threshold number, you will get a call. If you are below that, you won't get a call. As simple as that. So the first battle is getting a call. For that, what is in your hand right now is your CAT percentile out of these 5 things. I hope I'm clear on this. Make it, write it down somewhere, that your CAT percentile is the most important thing right now, which you should be looking for. There are 8 months left. People who are worried about their profile, people who have 8 plus in 10, 12 graduation, should not worry about profile. They should aim to reach 95 percentile level. I mean, the score which you need to reach 95 percentile in the next 3 to 4 months. And then maybe in the month of June, July, you can do 1 or 2 certifications. We'll talk about it, what should be done. But do not compromise on your CAT percentile. CAT percentile is completely in your hand. That will determine whether you get a call or not. You will present yourself, you will present your extracurriculars, co-curriculars, achievements, position of responsibility, your certifications, your NGO work, whatever you want to do, only when you get the call. If you don't get the call, all this effort will go waste, right? CAT percentile is in your hand, try to maximize that, and then take out time for other things. You should know what all is required, what all has to be done to get a 99 plus. You should have a monthly chart, monthly, plan, weekly plan, daily plan. After you have done it, then you go for extra things to enhance your profile. So these 5 things are important. Most of these are freezed for most of you, but your graduation marks, if you are in college, you can still maximize it. So try to maximize that. If you are having WorkX, try to reach that sweet spot of 2.5, 3 years. People who are in job, I mean, 2 days back only I got a call from one of the student who wanted to resign and prepare for CAT. I advised her that you should not resign right now. If you wish to resign in the month of June, July. You'll have 4-5 months. Till then, manage your work and your CAT preparation side by side. Most of the students do it, and you will get good weightage for your work-ex. So this is about composite score. Good academic records, as I have told you, 88 plus, so 10, 12, 85 is becomes stellar. Graduation 80 plus, if you have been school topper or college topper, NTNC scholarships, Olympiads, if you have done these, this will definitely help you. Now, the most important aspect, how to build a good profile. So each of this will require, detailed discussion. We'll do that. Some part maybe in this session, some part later. So work experience is the first and foremost thing which you should have if you have done your graduation. If you have completed your graduation and you are preparing for CAT, try to get a job, a paid job. Salary won't matter. See, in the shortlisting stage or in the final interviews, they will not ask you what was your salary. They might ask you to show salary slip. That is only for the documentation purpose, for the proof that you have worked there. But the real value, the real thing which will be counted is number of months of work-ex and what you have learned in that work experience. So try to get a job, because a job will do two things. First, it will remove the pressure from you to to make a CAT a do or die situation. It will remove that pressure. It won't be a do or die situation for you for the CAT. You will have a job, so you can always fall back upon. In case you don't do well this year, you can always do it next year. Your work-ex is anyways being counted. So try to get a work-ex. People who are in college, they need not worry about it. But people who have graduated, try to get a work-ex, a work-ex which does not, which is not very heavy, which is not very time consuming. If you have two options, try to take a work-ex which might pay you less, which might pay half of what you really deserve, but it should give you time for preparation, right? So if you can get some work-ex from somebody known, you can from your friend circle or relatives or whatever. So try to get a work-ex. That will definitely be helpful. It will be helpful in the shortlisting stage also. It will be helpful in the final interviews also, because you can talk about it, right? So that is the first thing which you should do if you can. So for people who are in college, who will graduate this year in May and will be writing CAT, they can skip this, because 6 months of gap. Anyways, when you fill the CAT form, you have to write the work-ex till July 31st. So if you are graduating in May, June, it will be 1 or 2 months, which won't matter. So for people who are graduating it this year, but people who have graduated last year, 2024 June, they should try and get work-ex, if you don't have till now, because that will be helpful. But it should not be a hectic job, because otherwise your CAT percentile will be compromised, and so it will hamper your chances. So if you can get an easy job, well and good. If not, then leave and prepare for CAT. But people who have more than 2 years gap, they should try and get work-ex, because it's important. Otherwise, it will be difficult to justify your gap years. Internships, you can take internships also. Internships will not be counted in the shortlisting stage, but it will be valuable in your CV. It will be helpful when you talk about it in the interviews. So you can get internships from Internshala, Let's Intern, or you can approach startups. So here I get queries from students that when they seek internship, what should be the criteria? Should they look for a brand, a big company, or should they look for a smaller company with a good role? So my advice would be to go for a smaller company, a startup with a good role. If you can work directly with the senior management or the people in the leadership team, or the CEO, CFO, CXO, whoever is somebody at the senior level, if you can work or interact with them on a weekly basis, if not daily basis, that learning experience will be very, very valuable. And whatever you learn in your internship, you should have a register. You can name it as internship register. And daily when you come back from your internship, you should write down you have learned these 3 or 4 or 5 things, because you will keep on learning and keep on forgetting if you don't make notes. I have emphasized this earlier also. Making notes is very important. So whatever you are learning through your interactions, through your work, keep jotting them down in a register. so that when you go for the interview, it is fresh in your mind and you can talk about it seamlessly in the interview, right? So if you cannot approach a startup directly, you wherever you stay, there will be definitely be some small companies, some startups. You can go to them, prepare a good CV, give it to them, and then talk about it. Tell them that you want to work with them, whether it is paid or unpaid, it's fine. But try to work with the senior management, somebody from the senior management, so that you get to know, you get to learn, and you will have diverse experience instead of only one experience, right? There are campus ambassador programs run by most of the companies. You can, if you're in college, you can do that as well. Online courses and certification, there are many courses, many certification courses, many courses which do not provide certificate until you pay them. So you need not pay them right now. You can do the course from Coursera, edX, or lot of IMs also these days are giving you courses available. So you can do the course and pay it later to get the certificate when you need it, because your knowledge will be tested. If you say that I have done a course in marketing, digital marketing, or say sales, or MS Excel, your knowledge is what the board is looking at, what the panel is looking at, and not the certificate. Certificate is will be a proof, but more important is your knowledge. So you can do courses. We will talk about which courses to do, from where to do in detail in the next session. If you have a choice between a course from IIMs or a course from Coursera, edX, or these places, my personal advice is to do it from the IIM portal, because it does two things. One, you get to learn something which is going to be taught in the college. Okay. Second, when you put it on in your CV, the IIM will shine on your CV. And when you go for the interview, whichever IIMs you go, or even if you don't go to IIM, if you go to TAPMI or KJ Somaiya or any of the college, if you have done an internship from any of the IIMs, they will definitely know that you have been interested in the college and you have done a course from this college. So your interest is there, your interest, and the certification will be valued more, right? You can do content writing or blogging. You can do blogging for yourself. If you have good command over the language, you can reach out to any of the uh, companies, the edtech companies, or any of the companies. Everybody wants articles written about them, so you can freelance there also, and those articles you can show as a proof that you have done this. So this will also enhance your profile. You can learn some foreign languages, because the MNCs which come to campus in a B school, they have offices in China, in Russia, in Spain, across many countries, right? So if you know Mandarin, for example, Mandarin is in huge demand, by the way, these days. And if you know French, if you know Spanish, then your chances of being selected in a company becomes higher. And you getting a convert in a B school was also higher, because the college knows that every year these 5-7 companies come, they seek candidates who know these languages. So you will be given an opportunity to appear for the interview in those companies. Hence, the college will also be willing to take you if you know a foreign language. So you can do that as well. Entrepreneurship or startup, obviously, if you can do that, if you can assist a friend, if not directly, indirectly, if any of your friend is working, you can join them. Or if you have your own idea, it can be a one-man team also. It need not be a startup or a entrepreneurship wherein you have 40 people working for you. It can be a small thing, small business. It can just be a YouTube channel, it can just be a e-commerce website, or there are many opportunities. We'll talk about it in detail. But if you can do this, then this is the best thing possible, right? This will make your profile from good to stellar, because you have actually done something. If you cannot directly do it, if you have somebody known to you who is working, try to associate yourself, be it free, be it paid, and the learning, and do it seriously, do it, with full conviction, so that treat it as your own company, your own baby, whether you are paid or not. Do it for the sake of learning, because that will enhance your profile in a big way, and your chance of getting selected in a B school will be much, much higher. Communication skills, yes, work on that, because if you have a great communication skills, you can impress the panel in those 20-30 minutes, and your chance of selection will be higher. So this is one thing which you should definitely do. You can join any of the local or Toastmasters club is there. You can talk about, you can join that also as well, or you can simply have a group of friends who meet daily for half an hour or 1 hour on Zoom and converse in English. So there are various ways to improve communication skills. I think Meenakshi ma'am has done sessions on that in the last Magical Sunday also. So you can enhance your communication skills as much as possible. That will also showcase your profile as a good profile. You can do some part-time teaching in any of the NGO or any of the colleges, schools, institutes. This will do two things. It will brush up your, basics, and it will also improve on your communication skills. Your ability to explain is very valuable. When you are working in a team, there also you need to explain your vision, your idea. In the interview also, you need to explain what you have done. You have to basically sell yourself in the interview, sell your personality, sell your skills, sell your attributes. So when you know how to explain well, you will be a very good asset and your profile will be enhanced. So part-time teaching can help there. You can attend some conferences online or offline wherever possible, because you get certificates for that, you learn also, and you get networking opportunities also. So try to attend conferences, either paid or free, and whatever you learn, jot them down. You should participate in events. There are a lot of events available. Dare to Compete was a site in our times. I think it's still there. Noah Fest, and there are many others. When we talk about in detail in each of these steps, we'll give you more pointers. You can start your own YouTube channel if you have some skill. So whatever it can be, supposing you play badminton and you are good at it, you can share your experience of playing badminton, how you have shaped, how you have built. Just see how other YouTubers are doing around badminton, and you can create your own YouTube channel. You can create your own experience there. If you are good with maths, you can create a YouTube channel with talking about simplifying maths, right? So if you have done something realistically, it will be valuable more. It will be more valuable. So you should try and do this also. I mean, any of these 12 pointers. You can work in an NGO, example Teach for India, or there is the Robin Hood Army, and there are many others. You can work there. You will learn certain things, you will get certificate that will enhance your profile. You can definitely participate in college events, city events. Communication skills, I have already told you, I cannot emphasize it more. Communication skills is one of the most important attributes which you can have, which can enhance your profile. Last but not the least, I have talked about it earlier also, build a business. If you can build a business, if you can build something, and it can have certain channels, maybe an Instagram page, maybe a YouTube channel, showcasing that product, this will be rewarded the most, and this will convert your profile from an average to good, from good to better, from better to stellar, right? So all this you have to keep in mind, and you can pick, you should not aim to do all these. Any 2 or 3 out of these you can do. We will talk in detail about this in the next session. What should be, I'll take the question in last, maybe we still have 10 minutes, so I'll take the question, what should be avoided? So when you try to build your profile and do certain things, what should be avoided? You should know this very well, otherwise it will create chaos in your CV and it will backfire. So what should be avoided is there should be synergy. There should be synergy amongst what you're doing. So if you're doing a certification course in say marketing and you're doing an internship in say sales or finance, it is not advisable. Your certification course and your internship should connect. Or if you are doing something in say, if you are teaching in an NGO, right? So don't uh, be associated with 4 5 NGOs. One or two is good enough. So whatever you do, it should have some synergy. It should connect. And if you are a BCom graduate with an interest in say commerce, economics, or marketing, so your certification should also be in that line, right? If you are an engineer and if you have interest in finance, so you should look at building a profile around finance if you have some idea, but don't mix certifications from 3 4 areas. I have seen people making this mistake many times. They will do certifications in marketing, sales, finance, operations, and internships in HR. So that is something which is a strict no-no. Don't be desperate. 2 3 things out of the 14 15 things which I have told you is good enough. Don't be desperate to build your profile and do too many things because it is of little value and it will hamper your CAT preparation. Don't spend too much money also. It is not required. Don't wait till the end. Don't wait to do it in the month of September, October, November because your focus will be on CAT. If you have to do it before July or August, latest by 15th August. 15th August to 15th November should be focused fully on CAT. I'll say 15th July to 15th November, last 4 months should be focused fully on CAT. If you want to do something, do it before 15th July. And do not compromise on your CAT preparation. I mentioned it earlier also. Your CAT percentile is the first and foremost responsibility, first and foremost priority. That will open many doors for you. That will boost your profile by many miles rather than doing courses. So focus on your CAT percentile. Certain important things which you should keep in mind. CAT performance, when I talk about CAT performance, your sectional cutoff also matter. All the IMs and most of the B schools have sectional cutoff. So never ever aim to only work on 1 or 2 areas. You should have reached a threshold of 80 85 percentile in all 3 areas because IIM Bangalore has I think 80 or 85 percentile. IIM Mumbai has 92 percentile sectional cutoff in each of the areas. So for each of the IIMs it varies, but your aim should be to clear the sectional cutoffs. WorkX will be counted only after graduation. Minimum 12 months is required. So if you are planning to take a WorkX and it is only giving you 6 to 8 months, there's no point doing it. Focus on CAT. Internship is not counted in your WorkX. It will only help you in your interviews. I have told this. Gender diversity weightage is not very high, so don't worry about it. Academic diversity, non-engineers, as you know. And there are certain colleges which give you profile-based calls. SP Jain, Great Lakes, Wellinger, Jim. So if you have a good profile, you can get into these colleges, especially SP Jain, at even 85, 87 percentile also. So keep this in mind. We'll definitely guide you for this once the forms are out. This was just for your information. So I hope you were able to follow what I told you. I added some value to your queries regarding profile. This is my email ID. You can send me your queries on email. I'll take the questions now, but I would appreciate if you can share the feedback of the session on my mail, or the Mindworkzz students can have my number so they can WhatsApp me. Mostly, as I tell you, after every session I would want to know 2 things which you have learned from the session. So mail it to me, WhatsApp me, and how did you find the session, whether it added value. If you have some suggestions, please tell that also. If you want some more sessions on some other topics, you can mention that as well. in the comment to this video, you can mention your queries. I'll be happy to answer there because the chat queries might be lost. You can mail or WhatsApp me your queries. There also I'll answer. Right? So share your feedback and your learnings with me. Now coming to the questions. I think most of the questions I have already taken. So Coursera Udemy certificate, does IIM value? Yes, Parijat, IIMs will value Coursera Udemy certificate, but if you can do certifications from IIM Bangalore, Ahmedabad side, it will be better. I'll share the links with you, don't worry, in the next session. Pranjal is in the final year of graduation, don't have any kind of work experience, so is it okay if I do something at this point? No, if you are in final year, so if you are in college right now, don't worry about WorkX. It won't matter because it is not expected from you to have WorkX if you are in college, and you cannot have it. It is not counted also. Astha, the certificates are digitally generated, but you can take a printout of it and you can show to the panel if they ask for it. Ronak depends. So people who have done startups, you will have more knowledge. So if you can work in a startup, if you have to choose between the two, especially if you are planning for MBA. So if you are planning to go ahead in your career, then choose an MNC. If you are planning to go for an MBA, choose a startup. That way the B school will value it more because you will be able to learn, do too many things, and your holistic development will be better when you work in a startup. Conferences, I'll share certain site links with you, but there are many conferences held in your city. If you're in college, the college also conducts it. So you can attend online or offline conferences. They are available. Ravi has less than 60 marks in 10th, 12th, but more than 10 years of WorkX. See, Ravi, so whatever you have right now, it cannot be changed. So what you can do is you can work on maximizing your CAT percentile and you will get calls. Less than 60% marks, so Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, even the old IIMs will be difficult it will be difficult for you to get a call, but you have to aim for any of the top B school. There are colleges like XLI, SP Jain, FMS, which do not value 10, 12 marks. So you'll get a call there and you can convert that. Yes, Nirmal, if you are in college, if you can start a YouTube channel or an e-commerce platform, it won't be directly counted as WorkX, but it will be counted as something which you have done in extracurriculars and you can talk about it in an interview. So it will enhance your profile. If you are doing MA in English, you need not have WorkX because it's a full-time course curriculum which you are following. Fine. So I think now my time is up. You will have next session by Arun sir from 11, and I think you'll need a 5-10 minutes break also. So in case you have further queries, please mail me on my email ID, and Mindworkzz students can WhatsApp me. Please share your feedback in the comment section here or on my personal window. 2 things which you have learned and your feedback. I'll appreciate that. Good day. Well, and I'm sure all of you will get a 10 plus. Just follow the system, work hard. Thank you. All the best.